is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
La 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 la.
This is how we do it.
It's recording.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Jake Dello. Brand new video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. So I want to give you guys a story time about an event that happened my senior year of high school. There's basically this crazy guy who tried to hit me with a truck. It's a fella that goes by the name of Captain Rick. So I'm on the cross country team at my high school. It was the day before the state championship, so my coach had us just a varsity team running, which I'm not trying to brag, but you know, varsity team kind of big deal. So 7 people are on the varsity team. There's like 60 kids on the team, and usually all 60 of us run out of time. But for this run, since it was the day before, he only wanted the varsity kids to go, so it was just us, 7 kids. So we run in this neighborhood that's super quiet. We ran there every day for my past 4 years of high school. Just the same road. Never had any problems. Like, cars barely drove up and down the street. So I'm just running down the street with the boys, and all of a sudden the truck comes at us. And usually when cars drive at us, they drive around us to like get out of the way, so they don't hit us, obviously. And there's no cars coming at the time, and this truck still doesn't move over. So say we're right here, the truck comes and like almost hits us. We weren't expecting it because, like I said, the cars always move over, but this guy was a complete douchebag. He just sped by us like going 40 miles per hour on a 25, right by us, almost clipping us. And you know, we're high schoolers, so we're gonna get pissed off at this, obviously. So we're all yelling at the guy. One of my friends, Tom, actually flipped him off. So a couple seconds after us yelling, we see the truck hit its brakes and then put it in reverse and fly backwards at us. And we're like, what is going on? So the guy goes in reverse, floors it backwards, goes through a stop sign, and like swings his truck at us to like make us stop running. And he gets out of the truck and starts walking at us. And we're still running, like, whatever, this guy's a freak. And he goes, oh, where are you guys going? We're like, oh, we're running. We're running before you try to hit us with your truck. And the guy's like squaring up. He's like about to fight us. We're 17-year-olds, and he's like a 45-year-old guy trying to square up with a bunch of teenagers. Like, what's his problem? We kept yelling at him. My friend Max just yells at him, you should probably start running, you're fat, you look like a porcupine. I thought that was pretty funny. So on the rest of the run, like, we're all pretty rattled about the event that happened. We're trying to figure out who this guy was. Like, we saw a logo on the side of his truck, so we were trying to figure out what company he was to like track him down. We couldn't figure it out, so like, whatever. We eventually finished the run and got back to the school. We usually do like core and stretching on the track, and we went to go do core, and our coach called us in, which was super weird. So we're like, okay guys, we gotta go back to the school. We ran down like the straightaway back to the school, and guess who's standing there in the parking lot with my 2 coaches? Captain Rick. So Captain Rick knew the high school we ran for, and he decided to go complain to our coaches, telling him that we're a bunch of brats yelling at him. He told him that one of us flipped him off, and now he's really pissed about it. And our coach is questioning us, saying like, oh, why do you guys yell at him? And we're like, he tried to hit us with his truck. And he's like, which one of you flipped him off? And obviously we're not gonna say that we did. Like, we're teenagers, we're like, oh, we didn't do it. What are you talking about, coach? He went person to person. The kid who actually did it, he obviously said no, and then they go, guys, seriously, say who did it, but we're not snitches, so we're not about to rat my boy out. So I'm giving this guy the biggest smirk. I'm just staring him down, like, not breaking eye contact, and he looks over to my coach. He goes, I think the Italian kid with the green shorts is the one who did it. And he looks at me, he's like, did you do it? I'm like, oh no, coach, I would never do that. The guy eventually leaves, and he goes, know what, boys, I'm actually a little disappointed that none of you man up. You're all cowards. None of you are gonna admit that you were the ones that did it. We're like, whatever, screw this guy. And he eventually left, and before he leaves, he goes, oh yeah, by the way, I've been on the street for a long time. I see boys run every day. This will not be the last time you see me, I can promise you that. It's like he threatened us. I'm like, what does that even mean? So my coach eventually like reported it to the police because this guy was like super sketchy. And we eventually found him on Facebook. That's why we figured out Captain Rick. He works out like this boat thing. And one day we all wanted to just go back on his boat and like go troll the guy or something. That would be really funny. Another story for the future. And I think the funniest part about the story is that Captain Rick is the brother of my history teacher that I currently had in class. And the next day I went to class and she's like, oh, Jake, do you run cross country? I'm like, oh, no, I actually don't. Complete lie. Just thought that was a crazy story I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
There's a fire that I won't slay. There's a fire but no fire brigade. So tonight we are losing this fight. Oh, hell, so tonight is no one on our side who's on